Hey guys, it's MGS, back to give you another part of my Pokemon Liquid Crystal version playthrough. So there are just a few more cool trainers left in this Victory Road, I believe, and my rival of course, so I'm just gonna get right down to it. Take the next ladder up to the next level, and here's actually a fighting Pokemon trainer, or Black Belt. So let me get a look at my party. I still haven't revived Snappy yet, so I'll get that taken care of right away. So hopefully Snappy has better luck today. And I'll use Hyper Potion on Ben Yu-Gi-Oh! It has the lowest HP on my party so far. And not anymore. So another Hyper Potion will go to Snappy. I only have one left, so I better use that one wisely. So let me see here. I have to decide who I would like to take on this Black Belt. Since he has fighting Pokemon, I'll go with D21, who is part poison. Better yet, I'll go out into Snappy. You have traveled all the way across Johto to reach the Elite Four. The Elite Four is home to some of the greatest Pokemon masters of all time. I will test you to see if you are ready to fight them. Okay, I'm ready for your test. I'm sure I'll pass. Here's Black Belt Miguel. He has 4 Pokemon. And surprisingly, he doesn't start off with a fighting Pokemon. He has an Electabuzz, an electric Pokemon. So I don't want my Snappy to fight Electabuzz. I'm gonna switch to Meganium, who is resistant to electric attacks. But surprisingly, Electabuzz used Psychic, and that lowers Meganium's special defense, so he got lucky there. Okay, so I'm gonna try a Razor Leaf, but Electabuzz does have Fire Punch, and that hurts obviously a lot. I wasn't expecting a Fire Punch, so I had to hand it to this Black Belt. He's a pretty smart trainer, having an Electabuzz with Psychic and Fire Punch. Those are 2 pretty good coverage moves to have on Electabuzz. So now that I've seen that Fire Punch, I don't want Meganium to faint. It's already low on health, so I'm going to switch out. And I'll just go out into the Fury, who can resist the Fire Punch. And the Fury can also use Dig for super effective damage on Electabuzz, so that's what I'll be going for. So I take the first turn of Dig to set up. He misses the Thunder Punch, and I rose from the ground, dealt super effective damage, and here comes another Psychic, and that did not so much. Okay, so I predict he will heal his Electabuzz, so I will dig into the ground again. And hopefully this dig doesn't get me a static paralysis on my Fury, because it's a contact move. And why do I have to say that? And that's exactly what happened to the Fury. But it is something that you have to be aware of. So I'm going to try to finish the Electabuzz with a Flame Wheel. I don't know why he went for an Ice Punch. He knows that the Fury is a fire Pokemon and resists ice moves. So finally this Electabuzz goes down. It actually had every elemental punch and Psychic, so pretty good moveset. Here comes a Magmar. So since the Fury is weakened, I'm gonna switch to D21. So these trainers in Victory Road are pretty difficult. They really give you a challenge here. So I'm going to use D21 Surf. Hopefully that'll one-hit KO the Magmar. So close. Must have held on with 1 HP. The Magmar went for a Flamethrower. That's not going to do a whole lot to my D21. in case he decides to heal, I will go and use another Surf, but he doesn't use a full restore. I guess because he already used it on his Electabuzz. So here comes a Hitmonchan. I will switch to Snappy, because Snappy should be able to take care of fighting Pokemon. So I will try a Psybeam. And let's hope it's a one-hit KO. No, Snappy's just not strong enough to one-hit KO. Even fighting Pokemon, who it should have no trouble against. But two-hit KO is okay too. It's not too bad. So Hitmonchan goes down, and Snappy is so close to leveling up. I really wanted it to. Here comes a Kangaskhan, so I will switch into the fighter. So Kangaskhan is obviously a normal type, so it'll probably go down to a super effective Brick Break, but Kangaskhan is tough. It held on. And it went for Dizzy Punch, and that did decent damage to my fighter, and with the Salac Berry that increases Kangaskhan's speed, and that's not good. So hopefully I can finish off the Kangaskhan before it does something powerful, but it just went for another Dizzy Punch. But Dizzy Punch did a lot of damage, but I finished the Kangaskhan, so don't have to worry about that anymore. So Miguel went down. You win some, you lose some. That's how life works. Yep, I agree with your philosophy there. You can't win them all. So I have to make a decision here who I would like to use the last Hyper Potion on. And I think I'll use it on Fighter. And I also have to cure the paralysis from the Fury. So I'll just use one of my full heals to do that. Okay, I'm all set to move on again. And I think it's time to face my rival, who is probably waiting at the exit, but first I'll drop down through this hole so that I can get an item. And I got TM26 Earthquake, which is a very powerful TM. So let's see who can learn that Earthquake, because it will really benefit my team. So Earthquake could be learned by Snappy, Fighter, Meganium, and the Fury. So I have a decision to make here. And I know I'm not gonna teach it to Fighter because it's pretty pointless, because it already has fighting moves, and fighting moves can already deal super effective damage to rock types. Meganium, it won't be too good on that. The Fury has Dig, which is already decent, but I really want Snappy to have Earthquake because it's really lacking a powerful move. So I'm going to teach it. So I will get rid of... So unfortunately I have to get rid of my Baton Pass strategy. So I'll just delete Agility. Because Snappy is already pretty fast, doesn't really need to boost its speed. So Snappy learned Earthquake. And hopefully Earthquake will be a great move for Snappy to use. So I will hop the ledge and go back up the ladder. And go back towards the entrance or the exit where Wannabe is waiting. So I gotta prepare for that battle. And let me see who I would like to take the lead spot. I think someone fast and strong like Ben Yu-Gi-Oh will be a great choice. So bring it on, Wannabe. Hold it. Are you going to take the Pokemon League Challenge? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. I'm not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. MGS, I challenge you. Well, I think you're a bit over-exaggerating. I don't think you're the best trainer in Johto, but we'll have to see. So he sends out his Sneasel. I send out Ben Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's a bad choice because Sneasel's part dark. So I'm gonna switch out into the fighter. And since Sneasel is dark and ice, it's ×4 weak against fighting. So Screech partially lowers my fighter's defense. And it went for a second Screech because Sneasel is super fast. But Sneasel had its chance to attack after that first Screech, but you fail, wannabe. Your Sneasel goes down in one hit. So fighter grows to level 46. That was really needed to boost its attack stat. Here comes Kadabra. So I will switch out, obviously, and use Snappy. It's time to use the Earthquake. So I'm going to give Earthquake a test drive here. And I'll obviously do a lot of damage to Kadabra, who is weak defensively. So Earthquake did a bunch of damage. Kadabra goes for Psybeam. It's not going to do a whole lot to Snappy, who's also Psychic. So Snappy will finish off the Kadabra with Earthquake. So nice work, Snappy. You're finally a stronger Pokemon with Earthquake. So Snappy grew to level 47. Here comes a Golbat. I'll just stay in, because Golbat is part poison and is weak against Psychic. So I will use Psybeam. And Golbat lives as expected. Psybeam lacks the power to one-hit KO. Golbat goes for the Confuse Ray, and that sucks because Snappy is now confused and might hurt itself if I try to attack. But lucky for me, I do have one of my flutes that cures confusion, and that will be the Yellow Flute. So I might as well make good use of that. Golbat goes for a wing attack, and that nearly KOs my Snappy. That Snappy is a fighter, held on with 9 HP. I got a crit Psybeam, which I didn't need, but that second Psybeam did KO the Golbat, and that makes me happy. Here comes Feraligatr. So I need to switch out into Meganium. Even though Meganium's weak with 38 HP, but hopefully its lefties will come in handy here, and it'll gain a little more HP. Hopefully it can take a Hydro Pump. So first I will try to put Feraligatr to sleep with Sleep Powder, but I miss. But good thing he just went for a Rage, a weak move. But if he decides to keep using it, it gets stronger. What? Your Feraligatr has Water Gun? That's a shame. It should have Hydro Pump. So I don't think you've trained your Feraligatr properly, wannabe. That's why you are a wannabe. You're just a wannabe trainer. So now that Feraligatr's put to sleep, Meganium can heal with leftovers and start to attack with Razor Leaf. So good thing Feraligatr stayed asleep this turn. It didn't get the first turn wake. Razor Leaf did heavy damage. So one more Razor Leaf will take out the Feraligatr. The Feraligatr wakes up and uses Bite. Oh, unfortunately Meganium missed Razor Leaf. That would have KO'd Feraligatr. But I'm confident Meganium could live a Bite. So let's see, and it does. And this time Meganium does hit with another Razor Leaf. So that was an epic battle there between two fully evolved Johto starters. Meganium grows to level 47. That's great. Here comes Magneton. So I will switch into Fighter, whose powerful Brick Break worked last time against a Cool Trainer's Magneton, so it'll work again. So here comes that powerful brick break, and unfortunately this Magneton survived. So not to worry, another brick break will get rid of this Magneton. And Magneton goes down. Fighter gains 2,250 experience. Here comes a Haunter. So now I could use Ben Yu-Gi-Oh! Against another Ghost type. And of course Wannabe doesn't evolve his Haunter, which I don't know why. I guess he doesn't want to get stronger, even though he keeps claiming he wants to be strong. So Haunter goes down to 1 Shadow Ball, and it's over for Wannabe. I couldn't win. I gave it everything I had. What you possess and what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Master said to me. Well, you better believe it sooner than later. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm going to find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you, and I'll beat you down with all my power. You keep at it until then. Yeah, Wannabe, you're gonna have to look at yourself in the mirror and see what's wrong with your style of training. So I'm finally at the Indigo Plateau, home of the Elite Four and the champion. But I didn't want to go to the mark first, but I was gonna heal my Pokemon, but since I'm already here, I might as well buy full restores. So I'm going to buy about 15 of these, and about 15 max potions as well. And what else do I really need? Revives, definitely need those, but I already have 16. I'll just buy 4 more to make 20. Full heals, I'm gonna need some more of these, so I'll buy 12 to make 20. And why not, I'll buy 5 more full restores to make 20. And that should be really good for me to use in case I'm really in trouble against the Elite Four and my Pokemon need some serious healing. It's never a bad idea to overstock on potions. You never know what can happen. So I finally healed up my Pokemon. So in the next part I will obviously take on the Elite Four. But for now I will stop right here. So thank you all for watching my Pokemon Liquid Crystal version playthrough. Comment, like, sub, and stay tuned for my Elite Four challenge next time.